Ooh. Good morning. This is Art of the Budget. Today I'm doing a what I eat in the day in the midst of a global pandemic. They've been kind of fun to make, and I haven't made one since the beginning, so I thought I would. So welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And today I'm going to be eating a little bit of a different breakfast because I had a small, socially distanced outdoor meal with friends last night. So I picked up some assorted side dishes, like Korean style side dishes from the Korean market here, and I am gonna have leftovers of those with rice and a fried egg. I used to live in Japan, and I learned there the value of a savory breakfast with rice, and so I'm just gonna have that today. I'm excited. Of course, the side dishes are a little different in Japan, but some of them are pretty similar, at least, you know, in sort of flavor profile. And of course, some are pretty different. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to that. It's been really hot here in the Pacific Northwest. Probably have never seen so much of my skin. In the Pacific Northwest, it doesn't get so hot so often, but where I live anyway, there's no air conditioning, so it gets, you know, as hot indoors as it is outdoors. And especially in my house, we're on the second floor, and then we have west or southwest facing windows, so we really get like a bake of sun in the late part of the day. So we have big shades that we put down. You guys probably just saw me put them up, which helps, but it still gets really warm. So I'm gonna do iced coffee today instead of my usual hot, and see you in a little bit. So I am driving to the next town to pick up some materials for my studio. I got this beautiful half flat of blueberries yesterday at Spoonerberry Farms. I gave a couple to my housemate, and I had these cherries. So I'm going to throw some of them in here. My messy fridge. With a homemade vegan, oh, this chocolate is stuck, macaroon that my friends Erin and Adam made for a snack, because I'm just like not an organized person and I have to leave right now or I'm going to be late, and I didn't eat any lunch yet. So that will hold me over, and then I'll eat lunch when I get back. Okay, so yeah, I'm heading up to Tacoma to pick up clay materials from my favorite place, Tacoma Clay Art Center. I've also got a bottle of cold sparkling water for my soda stream, and got my full sunglass gear on because it is so sunny. It's so funny to me, I feel like I didn't like wear sunglasses, or like I wore wool socks like every summer that I've lived here until this year. I guess it's maybe extra hot, maybe because I'm working from home and I'm not in like the air-conditioned office. I really am just feeling the heat a lot more in this fifth summer as a Floridian in the Pacific Northwest. But anyway, I'm going to head up and I'll show you what I pick up when I pick it up. Okay, here, now steamed up. it's really messy in here. This is like a tent from an event. That's the top of it. Some stuff I picked up off the side of the road. But anyway, clay and dry materials for glazes. Okay, so for lunch, I am having leftovers from last night. I made a sort of simplified version of teopuki, which I'll put on right here. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it's a Korean dish, and I just used some of the veggies that I had around the house from my CSA. So I have leftovers of that. So this is what it looks like. I used a ready-made sauce, so it's not quite as like red maybe as usual, and it was definitely not as spicy, which is good because I have made it from scratch and it's been too spicy. I'm just gonna put a little bit of white rice because this has those rice cakes in it, but I want to put some of the side dishes on this once I warm it up. So yeah, I had, you know, pretty non-traditional veggies. I had some potatoes from my garden and some greens from the my veggie box from the farm, and I had what else did I put in there? Oh, some snow peas also from the farm. And then I put some chives on top that were from my garden. So yeah. Here is the final product. So I'm making a tuna sandwich, kind of open face sandwich. I'm using a little bit of sour cream just because that's what I have. I don't usually stock mayo, so I usually use sour cream or plain yogurt to mix in to my tuna salad. It's not a huge staple, but I do usually have canned tuna in the pantry. I get the kind in olive oil if I can, because I just prefer the texture and the taste. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this kimchi in. All right, toasting up some bread. I actually put just a little bit of oil from the tuna into the pan because, like, what else was I going to do with it? So instead of just putting olive oil from the jar. And I'm gonna let that toast up a little more and then assemble my sandwich. I just remembered that I had some leftover red pepper. So I'm gonna chop that up into the salad as well. Red peppers are one of those foods that I just prefer to eat raw. In fact, it's like one of my very favorite foods, raw. And I still like it, but I'm just like not as interested in it when it's cooked. Same with these kind of peas, which there are a lot of right now in the garden. I'm also going to prep my lettuce. I have lettuce from my CSA box. And I have just placed it into this tea towel. It has this cool loop on the edge. So I don't know if that's what it's for, but I just fold it up in here. And then I put this corner through the loop to keep it kind of protected, but still dry in the fridge. So use a couple of these for my sandwich, as well as some of these delicious freaking cherry tomatoes from the farm as well. But yeah, so sometimes from the farm they do sort of pre-wash things, but sometimes they'll still be like slugs or dirt. So I rinse it off really well, and then I lay it down on a paper towel like this, and I just pat it dry. If I've got like enough for a salad, I'll just kind of lay it out and roll it up and dry it. Okay, this maybe got just a little darker than I meant it to, but I'm just going to put some sharp cheddar cheese on here and just let it melt just a hair. Okay, so since these are so little, I'm actually just going to go ahead and cut them into quarters and add them to the tuna salad. That way they'll stay in the mix a little better. Okay. I just pulled this handful of sugar snap peas out of the garden, and then I'm going to eat a few.